Disney Urban Legends Part 1.
Let's
so
go.
If you're a big Disney fan, then you would know that Disney has a secret underground tunnel system. Now, they mainly have this for the Disney workers so that they can get around the park secretly. Now, the tunnel system is huge, and it's pretty easy for people to get lost. Here comes the urban legend. Legend goes that a new hire for Disney got lost in the tunnel system. The other workers thought it would be funny to haze him, so they locked him in down there. And they turned off all the lights.
That's not
Legend
funny.
goes that he was wandering around in the dark for hours.
They turned off the lights? Are you kidding me? That's
The next morning
torture.
they found him, he had scratches all over his body and he was huddled in a corner. He was mumbling something about how he saw things down there.
Are you kidding me? That's not funny. Of course he saw things. He started to hallucinate. He was wandering around in the dark all night, not knowing where he is. That's just like solitary confinement. It drives people insane. Please tell me they were all fired. All of the Disney World animatronics that I am convinced come alive at night. Bruh. It looks so real. Oh yeah, she evil. She coming for you. That thing scares me. Oh my god, those dolls are the creepiest thing in the entire park. It's a Small World is my least favorite ride because it literally lasts like 20 minutes. After the first 10, it gets old. And all those dolls are just staring at you with their creepy eyes. Imagine all those dolls just like attacking you while you're trying to sleep. A bunch of tiny little dolls just like ripping your hair out. Poor kid just wanted a picture.
T-Rex took a step back. Raptor
I think the Raptor's gonna win. It looks so real.
That's 3 barks in succession like that.
Girl, why are you trying to pet a literal dinosaur that can eat you?
Very apex predator. I don't know if you want to
I feel like he's actually gonna like bite her head off. The T-Rex is no match. Y'all need to go home.
Scary Disney Urban Legends Part 2. According to this urban legend, Disneyland is a front for organ harvesting.
What?
This is a famous urban legend that has to do with Disneyland Tokyo.
I've never heard of
Apparently,
that.
the park is always so overcrowded and people go missing all the time.
That is understandable, especially at a park that's super crowded. Parents aren't always watching their children 24/7. It's really easy to accidentally get separated, which is a perfect opportunity for predators to go snatching up a bunch of kids.
These people are abducted and then used for organ harvesting. And apparently all the workers there are in on it. They then sell those organs on the black market for money. Again, this is just an urban legend, but be careful when you go to Disney.
I have never felt like someone wanted to steal my kidney when I was at Disneyland. What if Mickey likes to eat the organs? They're to feed him.
There's this creepy legend about a secret Disney park called Duck Pond.
Ooh.
It was supposed to be the most unique of all the Disney parks because it was located underneath a pond. The premise was that it was entirely about Donald Duck. So they had his character walking around everywhere. All the rides and snacks were Donald Duck themed. Well, one day something went very wrong and Disney decided to close the park for good. They also tried to hide it forever so nobody would ever know about its existence.
Well,
Apparently, children
they suck at
started
that.
to go missing, and the rumor was that one of the employees in the Donald Duck costume was stealing them. But because there were so many duck costumes, they had no idea which employee was the culprit. And
Are you kidding me? You are literally watched 24/7 by an employee at Disney. Either one of the workers or like a secret worker who's disguised as a tourist. You are never out of anyone's sight. And they have cameras everywhere. I doubt they just didn't know who was snatching up kids. Especially when they're dressed as a duck. It's kind of an attention grabber.
Dark
What
Facts
is
about
that?
Disney, Part 1. This is one of the biggest cover-ups ever made by Disney. On December 24th, 1999, 2 park guests and an employee were involved in a bad accident on the sailing ship Columbia Ride. Basically, a heavy metal cleat became loose and it hit those guests and the employee. Sadly, one of the guests died and his wife was hospitalized. But Disney failed to tell the police. And when the police did arrive, Disney cleaned up the mess as quickly as possible. They even refused to let in outside medical personnel. They were scared that a death on their hands would look bad on them, and that it would frighten their guests. As a result of their actions, though, they were actually taken to court and they got some hefty fines.
Okay, I've never heard of that, so I don't know for a fact if it's true or not, but it sounds very unlikely that a public death was just covered up and they wouldn't allow medical personnel in, or they try to clean up the scene of the crime to hide from the cops. That makes no sense. Don't know about this one. No, I don't want to dance with you. You're a stranger. I guess that's another urban legend. Jack Skellington, or is it Skeleton? I don't know. Jack comes alive at night and wanders the park on his own, looking for his dead dog.
Nightmare Experiment Maze Part 4. The last realm is by far the creepiest. Guests entered an asylum within the Red Queen's castle in Underland. Guests, guided by the White Rabbit, arrive at a padded cell where the Mad Hatter, banging the windows, stares at the guests.
I want to try
Inside the cell
this.
is a tea party, and various headless stuffed toys are seated in the chairs. One of the guests is randomly selected and allowed inside the padded cell. The guest is seated at the head of the table, and the Mad Hatter serves them tea and ties a red scarf around their neck. Here's where it gets weird.
What happened to the kid? It just cuts off like that? And that is the last thing they see. They see him pull out a giant pair of scissors,
And
then they cover it up with blood. Fake blood. Is the kid okay? I still want to go.
Truly the scariest ride at a Disney park.
I hate that ride. It feels like you're gonna fall off the edge with every turn, and there's like 10 of them. Comment below if you've been on this ride at Disneyland. It is so unstable.
So tons of people have actually died at Disney parks, and there's been a ton of ghost sightings. Here's one of the most famous ones. If you look really, really closely, you can see a figure walking down the sidewalk.
Oh my God, I see
right
it.
here. And it continues to walk through this gate, and then you see it on this other security camera right here, walk right through the gate. Next up, we have the ghost that's seen on the Space Mountain ride a ton. People that even work in Disney have claimed that people come off the ride saying that this ghost was sitting next to them on the ride.
Oh yeah, we heard about that one in another video I just did like a week ago. He likes to sit with people who are riding alone. Snow White is not looking
Has anybody
good.
ever told you the terrifying true story of Snow White? I'm sure by now we all know the Disney version, but the Brothers Grimm version, which came before the Disney version, is actually much darker.
All of Disney's like movies are based off of really dark tales. Most of them from the Brothers Grimm like book. I actually have it, and some of those stories are really creepy.
In this version, the evil queen orders the huntsman to take Snow White into the woods, kill her, and bring back her liver and lungs for the queen to eat.
Ew!
It's obviously very disturbing, but there's actually more to the story. Later in the story, the prince and Snow White are getting married, and they invite all the royalty in the land. The evil queen shows up, unknowing it was her stepdaughter's wedding. When she arrives, she's forced to step into burning hot iron shoes brought from the fireplace, and then she has to dance until she dies, and that's her punishment for trying to go after Snow White. I don't really feel
Bruh.
On the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, since fake skeletons and props were so expensive, they just decided to go ahead and use actual skeletons that
Imagine your grandma being used in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
were gifted from UCLA's medical center. It is said that the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland is actually haunted because people come there and spread the ashes of their loved
It's
ones
gross,
on
stop
Disney's
it.
ground. And some of them decided to take the ashes inside of the Haunted Mansion and spread them inside of there. Yeah, great thinking. Apparently, if a Disney employee dies, then another employee is supposed to come grab their dead body while they are still in the suit and set them on a bench until the end of the day when the park closes, and children can come up and take pictures with them even without knowing that they are actually dead. Walt Disney built an apartment over the Disney Fire Department so that he could watch over all of the guests and spy on each one that was entering the park. Now that's pretty creepy.
Yeah, that is a little stalkerish.
Number 17, Stinky Lost Mickey Mouse.
What the heck?
Allegedly, ever since Disney has closed, a lot of their characters have gone missing. And this is a found footage of
Why are you
Mickey
talking like that?
walking around, lost, and people say he's
Bruh.
very, very stinky.
That was so weird. Why is Mickey chasing you in the middle of the desert? I hate that ride. I couldn't go on it. It swings like constantly. My boyfriend went on it with some of our other friends that went with us, but I couldn't. I knew I would get dizzy. I would want to throw up. I just Can't. Y'all have fun with that crazy stuff. But anyways, that is it for some more dark Disney secrets that they didn't want us to know, but now we do. Again, please subscribe, turn on all notifications for the channel and for the app. Follow me on social media, links down below, and I'll see you tomorrow.